Prepare for battle.
But I was watching that conversation that was happening on camera. There was like laughter that they let them get the Medusa again. I don't know. They put in that last pick and they were like, I can't believe they let them maybe do this. Did they not watch the last game? So with that, I'm going IG anyway. So
you can do it.
Ooh. I certainly will. I can do that. Once again, game number 3, 1-1. Like Tsunami said, this would put IG at 1 and 3. The major winners who game 1 had a clean game.
Yeah, it was just a complete stomp in game number 1. Second game was a bit more competitive, but after 15-ish minutes, you could see in which direction the game was developing. This time around, I do not believe in Medusa. You know, playing into Morphling, playing into ET Mars, these are good counters. Drow Ranger, possibly with Hypothermia, Frost Arrow upgrade, the Shard one, could make the difference. You know, reducing the like regeneration, the slow. I feel like this is a good upgrade. Not early on, and Drow Ranger is a hero that builds into Pike, grid against Clockwork, grid against the Centaur to keep her distance, and she could potentially like outrange Medusa in the fights.
So we'll see if that happens. Drow, Medusa, interesting. Was this? No, it was the Luna. I was gonna say when we saw the Morphling up against the Luna, where Morphling became a better version of Luna. Does Morphling become a better version of Medusa? Does he go Ags?
I don't think so. I think you just need to be able to get the normal items on this Morphling. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Dragonlance first item, bottom lane. They're gonna drop.
Yeah, they'll get that kill, and then up in the top lane, they will take out Kaka. So God King already getting a kill up in this top lane, but you lose 1-1 in both these lanes, and all of a sudden, JT, he's taking a lot of damage. He's got 5 tangos to work with. He still needs to be very careful.
Mars is not the strongest laner anymore. Like, his laning stage got weaker. There's a lot of reasons why Mars is not picked that often anymore. Just doesn't feel like he deals that much damage. Like, yeah, you're being annoying. All that is okay, but you can feel that those nerfs are really affecting Mars. On the bottom lane, he always goes for the same build pretty much on ET. Gets boots of speed, couple of tangos, starts playing aggressively, and after you pick up the bounty runes, he instantly uses the courier, gets that healing salve, and now he needs to bring some extra regeneration.
Spear lands on a super, and outside of the cogs with the battery assault, now they've got the Hex. Kaka trying to maybe turn on this, pulling him further and further away from JT, who's just trying to help out. Now he's got cogs again. That allows him to get speared again. Ether shot comes in. They've got a Hex for the second time. They'll get the kill on a super.
So much. Like, they used all their mana pool to just get that kill on position 5 Clockwork, while Medusa is getting some CS, getting some easy XP as well.
Costs.
He says, damn the costs. I thought he said, damn the costs.
I actually thought the same. Like, there's no way he said that.
So
maybe one day.
Over mid, Emo up against these stones. JT getting chased. Spear and Hex once again. Battery assault though on a Kaka. They've got the cogs once more. This time they don't have the spear to hold up super. And with the Mystic Snake, they'll get the count on 1. And JT, he's dead too. Double kill for super. That's
this position.
great.
I think this position 5 Clockwork is actually insanely good right now. His strength gate, he gets the wand. Last time around he went Ring of Protection, just becomes super tanky.
Sleep on Visage. Ollie just trying to help out, open this lane up. 4-5-5. I will also say, I think I would have gotten RNG if Firefly was on the morph, but I have a lot more confidence of Morphling being on Emo.
You always say that.
Yeah, it's my go-to line.
No, I didn't mean you know, that's your go-to line. It's just that he's a better morph player. Like Firefly sometimes tends to overextend, messes up the shift. Emo, I think, is a bit more consistent. So JT on the top lane, you have this Mars with the Ring of Health. It's regen, it's something, but I don't know if they can threaten a kill on Medusa, especially Clockwork being high level. Those 2 points in Battery Assault could make the difference. You know, they could potentially get the kills. Now he has Boots of Speed, Wand, and the Fairy Fire. Like, this Clockwork does not die. He cannot die.
Looking for the sleep. They'll land it. And now slowing them down with those frost arrows, trying to get the TP out. The damage is there. Firefly getting the kill. Meanwhile, D-Stone's almost dropping the Emo.
Is under attack.
That was really close. JT. Killing! Interesting. That spear was very off the mark. JT did again in this lane. And it's one of the things that I think gets spoken about a lot when you talk about IG is how much of an anchor JT is for this team, and when he has a bad lane, it sometimes feels like everything falls apart.
Yeah, especially when he plays Tidehunter. You know, he's the big anchor of the team if things are not going well. So, Clockwork, I don't know how you kill this little fella. Causing a lot of issues. He's been involved in every single kill. All 4 kills actually happened on the top lane, besides the one at the bottom lane. You know, kills for RNG at least.
Is under attack.
Otherwise, how small is Clockwork? Is he like my height? He looks so tiny compared to these heroes.
Especially Mars. Like, Mars is huge. Mars
he's a god.
But you don't have to be big when you're a god. Like, you can be whatever. You can be Caterpillar god.
Yeah.
You still have the powers.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You don't have to be this big brawler dude. You could be Hermes. You could be Eros.
Radiant's
smaller
middle
gods
tower
out there.
is under attack.
Right now, it's just 4-3. I think IG this game certainly need to find a way to better deal with this Medusa. They give a lot of open space over to the side of RNG. God King got way too much time.
Still no stacks being made, at least the ancient one, which Medusa would really like to farm.
Fabuk's taking some damage, but not a lot. Shackle, Hoof Stomp, Ether Shock, the chase is on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Felix is having a rough one on this Visage. I've seen him popping off at the start of the first season. He was playing it quite a lot, and also in I-League. I remember one of the games where he was like extremely farmed, had Greaves, had full pipe on the hero. It felt like he was more position 3 or mid Visage than playing this position 4. So this time around, he decided to go for Medallion, which is really nice against ET. Also thinking about the ET plus Drow Ranger combo, like marksmanship,
Dire's
it
middle
ignores
tower
the base
is under
armor.
attack.
ET removes the base armor, so looks like you're not gonna have any base armor.
No. All your base armor belong to us, is basically what IG are saying.
That's cheat. All your base belong to us. Wasn't that a StarCraft cheat?
I think it's cheap, but it's based off of a translation from another video game. I forget the name of. That's passing my mind right now.
So basically, we're committing that we were cheaters, you know, playing against
Power overwhelming.
AI. It was a difficult one. It's no shame. Back in Porker 3 days, you that you're insane. You know you're gonna get wrecked. So you need some advantage. I see dead people to see where he's moving. Kaiser Soze back in StarCraft, I believe it was. Get that sweet money for free.
Wait for him back, and well, they're trying to get the kill on Kaka to at least get one. They've got D-Stones moving in with Pulse Nova as well as the Stampede, so they're going to keep up with JT and most likely get this kill onto Mars. 2 kills there for RNG. D-Stones maybe even looking for more with the wraparound on the Ollie.
Radiant's bottom tower
This is tough.
is under
Ollie makes
attack.
the step up. He's dead.
Radiant are scanning.
Super playing really well on this Clockwork. Just being extremely active. Has his items. Like, these items that he have right now, he can play the game for another 10-15 minutes without having a single item added to his inventory, and he would feel good.
Right.
Not so.
Burke getting hit up pretty hard here by Fly. Was power overwhelming the go-to cheat that you used, or was it the Kaiser Soze one?
I don't think I ever used it. I just know that it existed.
Sure.
Use some Warcraft 3 cheat. I see dead people. I don't remember the other one.
Kaiser Soze. Do you know what movie that's from?
Oh yeah, the one with the.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Usual Suspects. Great movie. Ooh, Arena, but pushed back by the Cogs. He's looking to land a spear, but swing and a miss once again. They've got the silence. Do they have the slow enough to catch up to Super? It doesn't look like.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They will take the bottom tower. These stones with Edict, level 3 in Edict, more than enough to take the tower. So it's just gonna be tier 1 for tier 1. Already taking it for RNG.
Dire's top tower.
Medusa going into Dragonlance, just wants to be able to match Drop Ranger's stack range.
Familiar faces.
And now in the triangle, keep farming up. Put shot maxed out. Both position 4s buying the dome. So Felix will be level 6. Same goes for Shadow Shaman.
Man, 3K lead here for RNG. This is just not where IG thought they were going to be at this moment. As I mean, the lanes have really broken down for them. You've got Fly and Morphling who aren't exactly having the best game. You've got level 6 here for the Clockwork, who's looking to get the kill area on Fly with the hook shot, but they may not even need it. Yeah, they don't. They've got the cogs, they'll land it, and I mean, Fly throw down there.
That was such nicely done. This is why Centaur is really good. Again, Draw Ranger, not just him, but the whole team can get on top of her. And then you do not have your marksmanship.
Radiant's bottom tower
and just closing the gap. Something that Shaman does not like to play into, neither does ET, so looking like a really good Clockwork game. My concern is this Mars, he's having a rough one. Like, he needs to be able to be active, because Morph on the mid lane, you know, he needs items. I was thinking about Dragonlance into E-Blade. Seems like he's just going to rush that E-Blade to be able to be more active and try to burst people down.
Clockwork might just survive it all anyway. It's a long way to the Eagle song though, so you're gonna need to build some space here for Emo, and you're just not getting that kind of space. You're not getting it from Fly, you're not getting it from JT. Things crumbling around Emo, so he's gonna have to, in a way, kind of make his own space. That's a little bit tough. RNG are putting the pressure on. They're putting the foot on the gas.
Gold for my folk.
This is very tough.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Optic. Okay.
This is gonna go to Shaman. I'm not sure how they make a play other than smoking up, because it's really hard for IG right now to make any ganks going.
It's actually happening. Now they look over. They've got the familiars. They'll land the stun. And here comes real shot. They've got the arena. This time the spear lands, but Kaka's already dead. And all the damage. Shot away. The whole shot team. They got the familiars again.
Centaur.
Fly, Emo. They're all in trouble. D-Zones does die, but it's not looking good as they will lose 3.
They got surprised with this blank on the Centaur. Usually, you do not expect them to have it 13 minutes in, because it's Vanguard good. A lot of people just like to tank things up, and he lands a multiple hero stomp. Now Medusa on a mid lane, pressuring the tier 1 tower on the mid lane. They might actually collapse. I think this tower is gone, because Clockwork lurking around. This Clockwork is pretty much solo-handedly winning them the game.
Has fallen.
4-1 and 5, involved in 9 of the 10 kills. Super being a legend right now in his own right. Familiars that land. They take out Kaka so quickly. And it just so difficult for them to make anything happen. As the damage in, they've got the hoof stomp with the blink dagger. They'll get the kill on a fly eventually. And they end up losing D-Stones. It doesn't matter. Medusa's just farming. 6K lead. Medusa 3,000 gold ahead of anybody on the IG side. And that is not solely in part to the fact that this Clockwork is given the space, but it's certainly excelled because of it.
Maybe this is the reason why professional players, you know, these real gamers that are getting paid money to play a video game called Dota 2, that Medusa is the strongest carry in this patch.
Yeah, I think when you're laughing at the fact that they let you have Medusa, there might be something there. Super, he's dead. Fly getting the kill. 368 gold off the streak.
Dire's middle tower
Chunk.
is under attack.
Snakes will be dropped at their 1 tower
Radiant's
mid.
bottom tower
So it seems like this is going to be an easy one for them with the Morphlings right flanks. This will open up the map a bit. I don't think they want to gank that much. Shaman, at this point, like, he needs to be able to max his disables, just have more impact.
Right.
And Felix, Brown Boots, Branch, and Solar Crest. Just that it is not, you know, Brown Boots and Solar Crest, the naked one. So a casual Branch is there.
Over again, Super. Spot Ollie, he's got the hook shot. You can see where that ward is, just outside the range of the sentry that's in the trees for the Radiant. They will get themselves another kill. The Hex, it's through the Centaur, but now Mars looking to the advantage for further focusing their attention on the D-Stones. Remember the Lashrak, but they've got the cat. He's gonna drop. Oh, and the dodge, the illusion rune dodge. Yeah, so the illusion rune will be used, but now here comes God King turning the God Mars to stone and then making him crumble.
That should be a tier 1 tower on the bottom. Like, once Medusa shows up, they just don't have the tools to deal with Medusa at the moment. And we all know what happens when she finishes off that Aghanim Scepter. Just have one component at the moment.
Has fallen.
Making Mars look
like one of us.
Like a normal man. It's like the movie Hercules, I think.
I don't remember that one.
The animated Hercules movie. Not Hercules, that was...
not the Hercules?
Not the Hercules show that showed before Xena. That was a good show back in the night.
Xena the Princess Warrior?
Yeah.
Oh man, that brings memories. The Amazon Warriors. I freaking love that show. Yeah. I always watched it before school.
And then they did a bunch of crossovers. I have a picture with the actress who played her.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like 2 years old. They've got the stun onto the Elder Titan. They'll get the kill there on the Ollie. Another one where this Elder Titan just can't make anything happen. JT fighting Flyby, throws a spear. More so, I think, just to CS. Or at least I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. They look over the Visage, the right clicks in. Fly gets a kill on a Felix and takes away his spree for 455 gold.
Big chunk of gold for Fly. Exactly what they needed. Dragonlance Yasha going into BKB. Man, Super's impact in this game, I think I already said it multiple times, but yeah, he's been on point with his rotations, being involved in 12 out of 14 kills.
Wow. I don't know the percentage number, but that's a lot.
It's higher than 50% for sure.
Definitely.
Just to make it more simple. So Mars has a Blink Dagger going back to Hood. Shaman, after finishing the lens, like, he needs to be able to protect himself against the Clockwork. Going into Force Staff, I also would not mind seeing another Force Staff from EP just to push people out of the trouble when they initiate either a Clockwork or a Centaur. Morph, E-Blade done. So this is their kind of a big timing. Ideally, they would want to have BKB on a Drow Ranger, but I don't think she can farm it if they want to take a fight right now. Kaka being scouted by this deep ward. Oh, it's barely out of the vision.
Hook shot Lightning Storm, they get the kill. Just an easy one there to get Kaka once again. They have the E-Blade. Maybe they can do something with it. But the timing, it doesn't feel likely. And Medusa has Axe in 20 gold.
This is also big timing for RNG. So they want to take a fight, possibly at the northern part of the map. And then if they get the 1-2 kills, transition that into Roshan. They have more than enough damage from Lashrak, Solar Crest on Visage.
Scanning.
Felix, he finds the farm. He was really struggling in the laning stage. He was just having a Sage mask. And now, Solar Crest, mech done, going into Greaves.
Yeah, the build that he's been really trying to get, as this is his normal build up on the Visage, at least from what we've seen. Fly has made up some decent ground in terms of net worth. He's getting there.
About to finish a BKB. I think they need to go. I think they cannot allow this Medusa to keep free farming, especially with the Ags. Like, fights are gonna be really difficult because it's just annoying. It's something that IceFrog says, you know, take this, higher percentages that you're gonna win this game. But the BKB is now done on the Drow Ranger. She buys the tome for herself, wants to be able to just have that lower cooldown on a multi-shot. Very close to that level 15. So I think it's smoke time, and there they go. IG, smoke, let's try to find a kill.
See if they can find anything moving over, and Super doing what he does best, being involved. The damage though. It is...
Anti-combo, he's still alive.
Not enough. Looking for the sweep, he's still alive. Wait for him. That's it. He's just gonna try and get a kill onto the Clockwork. He'll buy back immediately. The damage on the Emo. He went all the way there for a Clockwork.
What a fade! Like, I did not expect this to happen.
They've got the Hex, but they're moving in deep. The BKB's been popped by Fly, but it's really just defensive. A good gust, a great sweep. The buybacks are in. Stones is gone. They've got themselves a hook shot. That's on a 2. They've got the cogs around him. The juice ends up going down. Kaka getting low. He'll fall to the battery assault of Super, but Super will die to Emo. He gets double revenge.
They need to get this Roche. Like, Emo... You guys thought I'm not gonna buy back after diving for Clockwork. You guys are fools, you know, because I will. Like this, they kind of did not execute this really well. There's still potentially a better spear to toss him back into them, so no one needs to get out of position. Also, E-Blade with the Drow Ranger, not the best combo, but at least, you know, Emo, he used the buyback, he will get the Aegis, so he's gonna be really good and gonna feel safe for another 5 minutes.
I mean, look at this gust. Just coming through, landing on a 2. They've got the sleep.
Now, ET kind of won them the fight. They're also good boards by Kaka to trap them inside.
The support's winning this fight for IG. Because I don't know if I have it in me to say that was Emo winning the fight, even though he got a bunch of kills. He played himself
first. No, he
just
cleaned up. He was a janitor in that one.
Yeah. Take out the vision. It gives him a chance, that's for sure. Shard now on the Medusa, though. So that means Hex, Shackles, that's sending back Snakes. That could be a problem. Adaptive Strike. I think, what, E-Blade as well will send back a Snake.
It's a lot of the things that they can you know, replenish mana with, especially coming out from the Shadow Shaman, from the Morphling, and now IG are the ones who are putting the pressure, scan, connect, so they know something is up.
Cold-blooded. Going into the Hurricane Pike, Drow Ranger was looking for a Shard.
I think she needs to finish the Pike and then get the Shard. A lot of value coming out from this Shard. I just love that one. Not a Shard that you buy at 20-minute mark for like certain heroes like Dark Willow, but still a lot of value from it.
Especially if you can get them close together, land a sleep from the stomp as well as the earth splitter, then you're blowing up these heroes with hypothermia. Fortunately, they don't have the benefit of getting a heat blanket on them when they get hypothermia, so they'll stay chilly.
Yeah, well, what about, because Medusa has shard, right? So there's cold-blooded, and then if you apply hypothermia, does that even count as anything? Because it's not going to affect Medusa at all.
Should bounce back more snakes, because you're colder.
We'll see.
If this, somebody
imagine if it was. I mean, we tried. We tried, you know, to have this like fire damage, whatever. Didn't work out. We're not Pokemon.
Yeah, if somebody can make an arcade game where it's just normal Dota 2 with everything being war friendly, that would be hilarious. So, you know, fire melts Ancient Apparition.
Like one spell, Fire Blast,
yeah,
instantly, instantly die. Okay.
And if you're standing in the Axe puddle from the Slardar and Zeus uses lightning, everybody in the AoE gets hurt. Like, all, you know.
You're sitting in the rivers, just casually CSing.
Lightning hits the entire river.
Or, like, you just drown, casually drown, because the water is too deep. Like, your hero is small. Like, guys, I can't, I need help. Yeah, I don't know how to swim. Can't swim.
Definitely need a lifeguard.
That'd be funny. So Emo's still holding that Aegis for another minute and a half. I don't think RNG takes this fight in the top tower. Ward's already expended. Any big items coming out? Flyby getting closer to Heaven's Halberd, which is going to be pretty big, especially against the Drow Ranger. If she can, if he can use that on her before BKB.
Flyby's positioning is interesting. He's not been found out yet. He'll back off of that, though. Okay. KB almost finished for the Morph. BKB next for the Mars. And then Sanjanyasha for Drow. Has switched off a couple things.
She was thinking, do I need it? Scotty,
yeah,
Shard,
Scotty, now
Pike is done, so I guess he just wants to upgrade the Yasha. Not much value from Manta style this game. So it's better to get the status resistance, lower the duration on the Mystic Snake, Stone Gaze, the stuns. I think it's a much better choice.
Nobody really fighting yet. Obviously, that Aegis being a big deterrent. They would love to fight where
are scanning.
Morph doesn't have this second one.
And the next time Morphling dies, he's gonna have that extra timer on his death, so potentially gives RNG more time to do stuff on the map.
And there goes that Aegis.
And they instantly smoke.
That second Roche could be very important. Shard here for IG would certainly be massive, and I know RNG don't mind putting that shard on the Leshrac. Definitely helped them win the previous game, taking that high ground.
It's a decent shard. The more I see it, the more I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, people were doubting it, and then all of a sudden the shard comes in like Conor McGregor and says, screw the doubters.
Is he still fighting, or is he retired?
He just wants... He's looking for the money fight.
Can't blame him.
He doesn't want to fight Dustin Poirier anymore. He's getting beat here by Nate Diaz. The same. 6K lead here for RNG. Both teams thinking about the proper moment. IG with a smoke. But right now, RNG, they're in the Radiant Jungle. Double damage. Taken by the Centaur. Then using the Stampede to lead, but they've got themselves the Mystic Snake. That's going to turn him to stone. Now the hookshot comes out, but I think that hit on the field.
Zoning arena.
More zoning than anything. Mystic Snake bounces, hits on to Fly. Oh, okay.
So nothing from this arena. Next Roche may respawn in a minute. if you take one fight that lasts for a longer time, like Roshan respawns immediately, you could potentially lose the game off that. So I think it's much better if both teams right now, they do not want to take a fight for like another 30 seconds, because they will risk. Both teams, I feel like they are in a good state. Win the fight. 6k gold right now doesn't mean that much. You know, it's all about that the Medusa, and they disengage, possibly get a good jump.
The shard almost picked up for Visage. I really like this shard. We've seen it in play a couple times where it's been very effective.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You become super tanky, especially with the items that you got. Casual Cloak, Full Greaves, Solar Crest.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What's he getting from the courier right now? Yasha. Titan Sliver. Medusa.
A lot of stats.
The Scotty.
Yeah. After he finishes that SNY, E-Blade BKB done. So he should be pretty safe. On Morphling, the only... Oh!
And he got it on the Kaka. The damage coming out onto the Shadow Shaman is more than enough. They've got the BKB, and he's trying to TP out. Emo will safely execute that, as the rest of IG will leave. The initiation there from RNG. Roche on a pretty low timer.
Do it with flair.
Actually lines up with Shadow Shaman's respawn. Exactly.
Yeah, 24 seconds, 21 seconds until Shaman is back.
I'm still wondering if Emo at some point can get Ags. He just is.
It's not an Ags game. There's no point in getting it this game. I think it's just sustain, get that Scotty, be tanky, be able to fight Medusa. Medusa, after finishing that Scotty, which is a great item against like these range carries and Morph especially, reducing the healing, the shift. Going into Butterfly. So Drow Ranger, she'll need to start thinking about her next item. I see Crystallis. Like, you should be able to prepare for it. If you just think what Morphling, what Medusa gets, like there's gonna be
Radiant
that Butterfly eventually. Right. So maybe he can turn that into Bloodthorn, but then you need to be closer to cast it. Right now you're in a pretty good spot where you're not being touched. If Drow Ranger is not the one who's getting jumped, I think they have high chances of winning. You don't necessarily, with these heroes, you don't kill Medusa like straight away. You clean her up later on. When ET gets on top of her, removing her base armor. It's just so much stuff that they have. So they need to be able to disengage a fight and then deal with Medusa later on.
I'm surprised at how much the game is quieted down. Especially with the aggression that came out from RNG in the last game.
Because it's a Medusa game, what are you expecting? Be entertained.
X. First shot coming through, doesn't exactly land. They've got the Sundel on Akaka with BKB powered by JT. They're trying to move in on this. Keystone moving forward with his own BKB. Pull back for a second via the Earth Splitter. They've got a double damage on God King. They got the kill to the Centaur. They end up losing this Shadow Shaman. The duration on this double damage. They need to be careful here on IG about moving forward. I know both teams are jockeying for Roche, but gotta make the proper decisions.
Drow Ranger's just dealing so much damage in these fights. They need to be very careful. I want to see Centaur jump into Drow Ranger, follow it up by a Clockwork Hook shot. They need to be able to lock her down. So Emo inside the pit. There's also Shard available. So I guess you give that to Drow Ranger if they can take it, so she does not have to buy one.
Shot. Again, doesn't get in. Aegis picked up. Damage on a JT though certainly being felt. Killing spree! Holding the Shard, they blow up Super, but now he's in the CODs. The damage out. Emo, he's okay for now.
This Draw Ranger is just gonna go ham. Now has a cheese, picked up that shard, does not have to invest the gold. Emo is the one holding the Aegis. I'd say IG's in a pretty good spot right now. They need to start playing a bit more aggressive in the next couple of minutes. ET will have his Ags finished, so BKB, pre-BKB, kind of. BKB. I just love saying a BKB.
Is that B-I? K-I-B-I?
Yeah.
BKB? You're gonna get me into saying it. I'm a big American BKB.
Your good old reliable BKB.
BKB. BKB. Yeah. All right, I can get on that train. They ended up giving the shard to Drow, no surprise. Now is that hypothermia? Daedalus for the Drow next. Obviously, had that Chrysalis before. Has it up to the Demon Edge. Daedalus going to be finished in just a moment.
Emo tipping Ollie. Not sure what happened there. I was watching the other part of the map, but something must have happened.
Stealing his creeps. He wants his
He wants his Ags. I get that.
I agree with that sentiment. Fly by bottom. But he gets into the trees, TP's away, he's A-okay.
Medusa, Daedalus also done. Was thinking about getting the butterfly, but now going all in on damage. About to hit level 25. Split shot uses modifiers. Scotty, Daedalus.
Scotty is in fact a modifier. Will be used at level 25.
It's gonna hurt. Like this is gonna be very hard to deal with. But I put my trust in this Draw Ranger. Now they have like 2 cores that scale. Well, we didn't talk about too much about Flesh Rack this time around. Pretty standard stuff. Has that Yule Scepter, Boots of Travel, BKB to keep himself alive, going into Bloodstone, bit of a spell amp.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I drop the Serpent Words and they immediately react towards bottom or top.
A tithe to the
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'll give it one more chance.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, no, the third one was on it, top from bottom.
That was a good one.
Morphling. He's going into the Scotty. Drow, like we were saying, Daedalus. These Daedalai being built. Or the Daedaloxen.
I think it's Daedalai. I believe that's Latin.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but same goes for like Ignis Fatus. Feti.
Oxen.
Axes, stacking the axes, staxes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Daedalai, Daedaloxen. Works out. There it is.
Climbing the high ground, Kaka.
Hook shot on 2. We caught Kaka. It caught Evo. Now the damage out. They got the stun onto the Morphling. Morphling got to pull out of the arena. It's finally down. The Earthquake comes through. That gets killed. A super. They're looking over with the Stone Gaze from God King. The BKB. Now he's going to turn into stone. And once again, this God will shatter. He will crumble. His statue taken down.
Interesting play from IG. They're going high ground. Kaka is the one being caught first, and then we can call him Kotka, because like he needs to be in the back lines. He does not. He has this force staff, but it's not a BKB. You know, it's not something that's gonna keep you alive there. So he needs to be very careful. And the damage coming out from Medusa is a bit too high, so needs to watch his step.
Also, I find it odd with the heroes they have, especially. I don't know if I really think that IG should be walking up the steps like that. Grouped up, knowing that Super's been on it all game with the hook shots. The cogs make that fight difficult. You're funneling into a stone, and I think that's rough.
Medusa, disassembled Dragonlance going into BKB. Sting. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can disassemble in Dota. Like, you can disassemble Vanguard if you don't like it anymore, potentially get something better out of it. And even a Dragonlance. Minotaur Horn. Dropped by both teams, for both teams.
Leveler and Medusa now has that BKB. And, yeah, hook shot. Over, looking for JT. Got the BKB used here by JT. Thrown down the arena. Spear lands on the super, so that'll keep the clockwork back. With the Serpent Lord moving forward, so he lands that Hex. Wait for him in. Pops the Bloodstone, but not surviving. So they get the kill on the D-Stone. He has buyback. He'll use it immediately, and now they're trying to get into the fight with the BKB being popped by Fly, but actually it's just a Minotaur Horn. So he had that. He had the BKB. Fly. Wait for him in.
Disarm.
Fly low. Disarm. JT surviving.
Good sleep.
How is Fly still alive? He has the cheese. He eats it. He's going to survive for a little bit longer. They're going to go some of the Medusa, but now Emo needs to fall back. They still have the damage on a Fly. They'll take him out for 92. No buyback.
It was
not
a good,
as good
play.
As it was looking to be.
He lands a great sleep. Morphling hands over him the cheese. He eats it, devours the cheese, says thank you very much, but the end still falls. Medusa, the damage coming out from her is a bit too much. They also need this Shadow Shaman to be alive, so he can keep hexing that Medusa. I mean, she's still gonna get the mana back, you know, from that snake. But they definitely need Shaman to be alive and get multiple hexes and shackles in a team fight.
So they got at least the buyback from D-Stones. But we'll look at the net worth 4K, 5K. As they start to clean up these kills. Arena Spear, that lands. All right. Can be popped by God King. Imuna pops his own. Wait for him back with the Hex on the little Shrek, who's moving forward. That's because he's got his own BKB. They'll try to land the stun. The 4-step. He still gets hit. Locked down. Kill Dog. Turning. Trying to make something happen. The Spear finally lands on a little Shrek, but they still don't have Drought.
Radiant's top
and now Leshrac is level 25. He's super farmed. The Edict, Diabolic Explosions talent. Has Eon Disc, so if they get a good jump, he's gonna still be able to get his spells off. Has Flicker, a lot of movement speed, and has way of dispelling things, especially the silence, which is very important. And it gives you that chase potential, because you can now control where you're going with the Flick. Still random, but random front direction.
Yeah. It's not like what we saw in the previous patch where you flicker and you're into the enemy team and you start to despise that item. Why is it a tier 4 if it's sending me into my demise? So I'm wondering, what's the 25 talent you get here for Drow? Is it still just the 30% cooldown reduction, or is the 12 marksmanship chance better?
Cooldown reduction is good. You have a BKB, Pike, you know, reducing the multi-shot, the silence.
Boom!
Minotaur Horn. You have a lot of stuff that you can use it on.
What's next? Roche. Got Ags Bless. Maybe that's where the Morphling can get his Ags. Throw the Mystic Snakes out. Turn them to stone. See how you like it.
Yeah, I don't think he would buy it for himself, but if he can get one for free stuff. Big fan.
Ooh, smoke. And I believe that, yeah, that Spirit should catch it. They do have heroes right there. They'll break the smoke. They'll blink back. $11K lead here for RNG. Are they just going to step into Roche? Cool.
Flares here.
That's an interesting play because they do have Elder Titan to try and defend this if we go for it.
Like, you need to contest this. You cannot just give them cheese and Aegis plus Ags for free.
Old shot comes in. Hypothermia stacks on the God King. Solar Crest. Roche is getting low. They might need to make a move soon. They're going to go with the hook shot, so they abandon Roche. They go through. They found the arena and the spear that's going to land on the center. They wait for it in. They've got themselves Stone Gate. The damage again on the Kaka. This time he has buyback. The damage on the JT. Do they have enough to keep him alive? He's just standing still. He's got the bulwark now on the run.
Can he survive it all? No, he finally falls, but they've got the suit of getting a kill on a D-Stone, so take out this Retract, and he bought back in the previous fight. They've got themselves the Hex as well as the damage and the hypothermia down to the center. Do they have enough to finish up? Flyby needs one. Wait for me from Emo to get that kill, but he's gonna buy back immediately. They will go for a God King who's just standing his ground. He's been Hex up. That's gonna send a stay back over on the Kaka.
Good spear. She's on a
man and now from City Roll, the kill Emo. He's not gonna get the Rampage. Firefly gets the kill on a God King, and now Roach might be there.
And they use new buybacks and they secured this Roche. They pick up Cheese. There's also Timeless Relic picked up by Shadow Shaman. So these hexes, these shackles are gonna last for so long. This hypothermia actually doing quite a lot in these fights. So let's see who picks up the axe. They're giving it to Drow Ranger, which I like more than Morphling. You have this bounces. Everyone is becoming like Luna these days. You have Silencer with his shard, you have Drow Ranger with the Aghanims.
Going on to the high ground, all of a sudden IG have a 9k lead. That's a 20.
Yeah, it's like
3,000 net worth shift or something like that. 20.
Because you get the free gold from that axe. And now Drow Ranger going into Satanic, also hit level 25.
We have the disarmament of the Medusa, but there's the hook shot out onto Emo. Emo now fighting back into the cockpit where the Hex comes in. They'll get the kill on Super. They'll look over the 3-man stun. Double edge. JT standing his ground. Emo trying to do the same with the BKB being popped by God King. Now trying to get a surround onto Emo. Emo might lose his Aegis, but he's starting to shift. Cheese eaten by JT. They get the tier 3, and they look on the high ground for the racks as well.
Drow Ranger decided to go for the marksmanship, which kind of makes more sense. You want to be able to pierce through their base armor, and against Medusa, you're gonna feel that difference.
Middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks
go up to the top lane, looking for the tier 3. Emo joins in.
Tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
And there go.
Dire's top
second set of barracks, yeah, they're not defending those at all.
Has fallen.
Still Cheese available, and this Drow Ranger, she's massive.
Buybacks available on both Emo as well as Fly.
That's important, to have these few buybacks. Previous fight was costly in terms of the buybacks. They had to expend a couple, but it was necessary to win a fight. Medusa, I like what I see. You know, understands that the damage needs to be dealt. So
just get damage.
Just get the damage item. Needs 4,000 gold to finish off that Divine Rapier. Maybe like Medusa without boots is not a thing. You do not move. You get easily kited, especially against the Drow Ranger. You're gonna have 100 move speed. So I think they still have a possibly chance to get the shard, Aghanims upgraded.
Blessing,
yeah, and then a Divine Rapier. Or if, let me just check if they have anything that gives them move speed. Possibly Flicker could be passed over to Medusa, and then you can sell Power Treads. But if you don't have boots at all, and you do not have a neutral item that gives you movement speed, you do not move, which means pick up what in the end? You do not deal damage.
Okay. Don't move. Don't deal damage. Let me write that down.
Yeah, that's why people who are inside the Shadow Amulet, they do not deal damage. Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They want to close this one. I like the initiative. They want to use this Aegis, and they understand possibly Medusa could make a big play if she fires that Divine Rapier, and they see second relic. She sold her Power Treads, needs 1,000 gold. Hypothermia.
You see how slow Medusa's slithering, by the way, because no longer has the boots, so you're not walking, you're slithering.
Yeah, she's a snake. Flash track with his shard. It's a good zoning tool. Look at this.
Just, yeah, I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, they landed the spear. They had the sweep that's on the Medusa. And now they're going to go in, maybe make the dive. Emo moving forward. Holding that stone gaze. BKB, Emo hit with the Silver Crest. They land the stun onto him. He needs to waveform over. The BKB is about to run out on the God King. He'll use the stone gaze. Now the right code's coming out from Firefly. Nobody dead on either side just yet. These stuns are obnoxious. Wow. That is, once you don't have BKB, you can't.
D stuns or D stones? Both. Okay.
Because you can't reliably stand up there without BKB. They're going to hook shot for the backlines. He's got the cogs around Kaka as well as JT. They've got the super land. They're looking over the clock for the here's what it lands. And he's going to super. So Emo, he's got like the spear lands under the visage. They'll blink, they'll hook stop because that's Emo moving in. He's got the stun. He's trying to win this game for the side of IG. It's a 4v5 fight, and it looks like RNG are going to take this one to the death. They look over at Flyby, and they've got themselves the shackles from Kaka, who's this time standing on the backline. They get the shot of the guy dead for 2 minutes. They look over at Flyby, they'll take him out. And Emo, beyond godlike, he'll take out God King, and he will win the game for IG.
What a comeback from IG in this game. You know, Medusa has been beaten. Finally she loses the game. We can be happy because it also